Perfect. Thank you very much. So, thanks so much, everyone, for joining today's webinar session, our executive webinar session. My name is Kevin Devecioglu. I'm with Bimser International. We are based in New York, and we have been an MYOB ISV. And we like to today talk about how you can digitize your business processes, manage your business processes, workflows with the help of eBA and Synergy platforms that we have integrated with MYOB Advanced ERP system. Today, I also have my colleagues with me. I have Samvat and Sadar Ajay with us. So together we'll be performing today's executive webinar session. We'll be starting by introducing ourselves as to who we are and what we do. And then we'll basically talk about our systems as to how you can actually digitize your business processes, how you can actually make it happen, the benefits, features of it. And we'll have a show and tell session as to performing the demonstration of our systems for you. At the end of our demonstration, we'll also have a Q&A session where you can ask your questions and we'll address them. We'll be happy to address them, definitely. So let me see. Okay, so I'll get started and then I'll hand it over to Sam and then we'll continue with the Q&A session. This is basically the agenda today. So let's talk about who we are, what we do first of all. Just a brief introduction as to our company and also our products. Our company is Bimser International, and we are an enterprise software maker since 1998. We are based in New York. We have a global presence. We are actively offering our systems in different markets. In essence, we help companies adopt digital transformation, and we help organizations simplify their business processes, especially nowadays due to remote work and also the need for automating and digitizing business processes. It's more important than before. As you see on the screen, we have global presence. While we are based in New York, we have a presence in Europe. We have presence in Middle East. We also started to be active in Australia and New Zealand region. We are backed by European Bank. European Bank is one of our investors. So with their help and support, we have more visibility in international markets. We are a fast-growing technology company. We are a MYOB Advanced ISV partner. We are also ISV of Acumatica. We are a Microsoft Gold partner and certified SAP vendor. Also, we are active in Sage as well as Oracle ERP ecosystems due to our products. So since 1998, we focus our products. This is all we do. We are very actually focused. We have eBA. We'll talk more about eBA today. That's our enterprise business process automation platform. That's actually low-code business process development platform to manage your workflows, your documents, as well as your records and your KPIs with dashboards. We have been for asset and maintenance management. It helps to manage your assets, your machinery, equipment, your facilities, your fleets of cars, trucks, and you can also manage your energy operations with the help of Beam. Beam is also in MYOB Advanced MYOB App Marketplace. It is also available there. QDMS is our quality, risk, performance, and compliance management software. That is also in MYOB App Marketplace. It is designed to help you manage your quality operations. And finally, we have Ensemble as an intelligent business process modeling and performance management. In the bottom, you can also see a contract management application built on eBA platform. So in the bottom right, you can see Synergy platform. We'll also talk about it as well. Synergy is basically eBA upgrade. That's a true cloud, low-code, no-code business process automation and workflow platform that we'll talk about today. All of our systems, they have the latest technology. So they have integration capabilities. They can integrate all of our systems, can integrate with smart sensors, manufacturing execution systems, POS devices, CRM systems, and they are already integrated with MYOB Advanced ERP system. So they are designed to run standalone, just for your information. So they can always run independently, and they can also integrate with other systems so that customers can have an integrated business management system, which is very advantageous nowadays. On this slide, you can see how many projects we have deployed. These numbers also show more or less how many customers we have globally. When you look at it, actually we have close to 2,000 corporate customers. We have millions of professional users. As for today, we'll focus on eBA and Synergy on the left. So we have more than 500 corporate customers, and we have more than 1 million professional users using eBA on daily basis with various workflows and automated business processes. Having said that, I need to also mention there are more than 50,000 business processes running on eBA and Synergy platforms on daily basis. That's a lot of business processes if you think about it. So that is why we have a lot of reputable organizations and institutions, corporations using our systems. We work with 3M, we work with Ford, Hyundai, Henkel, Bridgestone, for example. United Nations is one of our customers, and many other reputable organizations. So these companies, they put their trust and their confidence in our company and in our products, and they've been using our systems for many, many years. Our systems are enterprise level. We are active in mid-market in the last 2 years, I must say. So our products are scalable. They scale up, they scale down. That is why we can serve enterprise market as well as mid-market at the same time. That's one of our unique positions in the marketplace. So we are a unique company in a way that we are servicing both parts of the industry, enterprise as well as mid-market, with our partners. We are channel only. We sell through our partners only, and that is how we have been growing globally. So in a nutshell, that's who we are and what we do. So let's jump to the subject matter, workflow digitization. So when it comes to workflow, we have 2 products. We have eBA and we have Synergy CSP. And I'll talk about both of them on a high level, and then I'll hand it over to Sam so he can run the show and tell session. eBA is an enterprise level business process automation platform. We have been developing eBA since 1998. It is actually very mature. It is solid, reliable. That is why we have hundreds of customers, millions of professional users using the system. It is a vertical-free platform. It works on cloud, it works on-premise servers, and it is web-based. Regardless of where we deploy, you can access eBA-based applications with a web browser, which is very important nowadays. Many companies working remotely, and it is important to be able to access data and applications with a web browser nowadays, because you may not be in the office, or you may be in office in certain days in a week. In addition, eBA is web-based and it is also permission-based. It is role-based, so not everyone can access everything. You can set the privileges for each user, so you can keep the information secure. Encryption is available in the system. There is a two-factor authentication is available as a security feature. Notifications, reminders, escalations are in place. It has a low-code development environment, so there is almost no coding needed. You drag and drop and you design the forms and business processes. And it has a native mobile application, works on Android and iOS devices, meaning when actually you need to access your application, you can also use your tablet or your smartphone, which is very practical nowadays if you think about it. eBA has a module structure, so it has a workflow module, it has actually a document management module, it has a capture module with an OCR technology, and it has a dashboard module. So let's focus on workflow module today, because we'll be talking about how you can digitize your workflows and business processes. So why do we digitize our business processes? Can we just do it manually? Can we just run things on paper? Well, nowadays we are in a competitive marketplace, and for us to be competitive, we need to be productive and we need to be efficient. So we need to use the technology all the way possible, as long as we have resources, and it will be helpful for us from the business point of view. That is why actually we offer eBA to help companies digitize and automate their business processes, regardless of your company's size. You may be 20 people company, you may be 2,000 people company, 10,000 people company, one location company, multiple locations company. You can use eBA to automate your digitize your business processes. We have companies using eBA with 10 users. We have companies using eBA with 10,000, 20,000 of users, because our system is enterprise level and it holds up. So you can scale up. eBA can grow with your company, and you can use it with multiple locations. So in terms of digitizing business processes, we need to reduce paper-based operations. We need to reduce spreadsheet-based operations to be more productive. to control the operations, to be compliant with different quality management and regulatory standards. You may be in different industries. We'll talk about industries in a minute. And it is always advantageous to digitize business processes to reduce cost, save time, and especially nowadays, while many of us working remotely, you like to access your data wherever you are. So that is why we have the workflow module available. So workflow module is designed to help you digitize, design, and automate your business process. Let's remember, when you think about any business process, there are two parts of the business process, a form and a flow. When you think about it, when you apply for any application, let's say you go to a government office, or let's say you just like to file your expenses for expense reimbursement. You always fill up a form, you attach your, for example, your receipts, and then you take it to your superior or finance or accounting department for approval, for example. It's a common example. So that is why we have the form design and we have the workflow design to help you digitize your business process. When you design these forms, as I have a small sample on the screen, for expense management claim and also a workflow, for example, you design these on eBA with drag and drop. So all these forms, and on the right, the flow is designed by dragging and dropping. There is no coding involved. So it has this user-friendly drag and drop technology. It also has approvals and delegations in place, and you can manage your business process accordingly. I like to give you some real-world examples. What do we mean by business processes, right? So that sounds really abstract sometimes. So let's give some examples. Let's talk about accounting for a second, right? So what do we do with accounting? So one of the things that we do is, for example, generating reports. Yes, you can generate reports, for example, in an ERP system, but maybe you need some special reports that you need to generate. And you need to also, before you publish it or share it with your stakeholders, maybe you need some internal approval, which is a workflow-based operation, for example, that you can use eBA for. Another example, which is very common and important, vendor and supplier approval process, for instance. So before we start working with any supplier, we like to have a due diligence. Also, maybe an internal approval process. So maybe you like to enter your vendor information, attached with some supporting documents, introductory documents, information about your supplier, and maybe you like to have some internal approval before you accept that supplier as an official supplier for your organization. So how about doing this digitally on eBA? Same thing, same concept. For example, account approval, or for example, customer approval. You may not want to sell to everybody, right? You may want to make a research about your customers. How about entering information about your customers in eBA, in the form, and then having an internal approval process before onboarding that customer? So this type of examples, I can share many different examples. When you look at the screen, I just share some of them. For example, HR onboarding, offboarding is a good example. You have a job interview, the job applicant fills up the form in eBA. If you are hiring that applicant, for example, the information in the application form goes automatically to the hiring forms, for example. And as soon as that applicant is an official team member, for instance, automatic email goes to the management, for example. Before you get started, everyone knows you are coming, and they can prepare your items, like, such as laptops, your building cards, and other items that you may need at your office or, for example, on your desk. So many of our customers also digitize customer feedback, customer complaint management operations, whether customer enters the information or you enter the information after you get the feedback from the customer, and you can have an internal approval for example, review, and for corrective actions, for example. If there is something wrong and if a customer is complaining about it, you may want to take corrective actions for continuous improvement, for compliance purposes and for improving your business processes. So that is another example that we can think about. Also, training management is very important, and some training operations are actually periodic, and you can also manage your training operations on eBA. These training management may be outsourced training management, so you may just want to keep the records of it on eBA, or you may want to perform the training. Maybe you have ready-made videos, maybe you have documents, PDF files, or maybe presentations that you can just show it to the team member. He or she can watch and take the test on eBA, and once he or she takes the test and tests the test, then system generates the certificate. It has certain expiration date, considering that the periodic training that you need to take, let's say, once in a year or once in 3 months, for example. So these type of operations easily can be managed on eBA. Can't you just manage it on spreadsheet or paper? Yes, you can, but it's very difficult. It is costly. You're going to make mistakes, and especially if we are talking about training for compliance purposes, for example, in chemical industry, in pharmaceutical industry, in medical device industry, it may be also costly in terms of fines that you may get. We also see it a lot in construction industry, for example. When we think about construction, it comes with a lot of safety, risk, and health requirements. And construction sites and operations are heavily regulated by the government and regulations, for instance. So you need to keep your records in place. In terms of training, you need to make sure everyone is trained in the job site and training records are kept. So in the case of inspection or audit, you can present your documents, your training records, and other documentation instantly with no issues. So you'll also be ready for audit anytime that you like. So that is also another advantage that if you think about it. Performance management is also a good example. Many of our customers use eBA for performance management. The reason being, you need to set performance criteria. You need to also follow the KPIs periodically. So the system has notifications and reminders so that it'll make sure that you're actually following the process for performance management and KPI tracking. So in terms of eBA, so how do we offer it to market? We offer it to market with a subscription on eBA platform, or by offering the applications built on eBA platform. So all of these applications that I just mentioned, training management, performance management, HR onboarding, offboarding, accounting, SOC 2, SOC 3, report management, and audit management, customer feedback management. These are all applications if you think about it. So we offer eBA as a platform where you can, or we can, or one of our partners can develop applications for you. So eBA becomes your foundational platform to automate and digitize all of your business processes in the company. Or you know what, Kevin, I just need customer complaint management application. Just give me that. That's all I need for now. If I need anything else, I'll let you know later. Fine. So it actually refers to number 2, is into offering applications built on eBA. You just get the customer complaint management application, for example, or training management application, for example, or expense management application, and we price it and offer it accordingly based on your company processes. Let's also remember, none of these business processes I mentioned here, CRM, training, purchasing management, contract management, there is no standard. Yes, there are here and there we see different practices, but when you go into the company details, the company hierarchy, expectations, business requirements are always different. So there is no such thing as standard workflow. There is no such thing as standard business form. All the forms are different. All the business workflows are different. Approvals are different. And that is why we design eBA in a way that you can easily update you can either design your business process forms and flows according to your company's hierarchy and your company's expectations and business systems basically. Moving forward, so where do we offer eBA? Let's talk about verticals a little bit. So accounting, finance is one of the industries. So accountants also use our system a lot. They use our system for example, report management, as well as they use eBA as a repository, for instance. Also, we have a lot of customers using eBA in aerospace and defense industry, for example, for different processes. Manufacturing is one of them. Quality control is another of them, for instance, purchasing management and administrative operations such as HR onboarding, training, and so on. Chemical industry is a good example. Automotive industry is a good example as well, because these are also heavily regulated industries that they enjoy the benefits of eBA. We work with energy industry, that may be oil and gas industry, or that may be sustainable energy, for example, solar winds, or let's say wind turbine type of energy companies, or traditional oil and gas refinery type of companies. We have a lot of customers using eBA for that purpose. Medical device, healthcare industry is also, we have a lot of customers using eBA as well for automated business processes. Those industries also, they need to comply various requirements. Some of them are local requirements, some of them are quality management requirements that they need to follow. And these requirements sometimes come from their customers, sometimes come from the the government bodies, for example. We see it a lot in medical device industry, for example, or healthcare or pharmaceutical industry. When you are making medicine, you need to follow certain government-regulated organizations. So in US, as we know it as FDA regulations that companies have to follow. Also in Australia and New Zealand, we know that there are other local government regulations and guidelines that companies have to follow. Food and beverage industry is another example. So in essence, eBA is vertical free. Even though we have customers in many different industries, our products are vertical free. We can easily configure it. We can help you design your business processes with forms and workflows, and you can use it accordingly. So what we have been doing recently is actually helping eBA evolve. And eBA has evolved into Synergy. Now we have eBA. eBA works on cloud, works on-premise servers, and it is actually web-based. Now, with the latest technology that we have available, we have right now true cloud, low-code, no-code business process automation platform called Synergy. So they are basically the same thing in essence as to what they are doing. They both have workflow engines. They both have low-code business process automation infrastructure for you to automate your business processes. eBA works on cloud and on-premise servers. It's web-based and it's single tenant. Synergy is, meaning eBA's upgrade, is true cloud. It is multi-tenant, and also it only works on cloud. So it's a true cloud business process automation platform. If you like to have an automation system on your on-premise server, we offer you eBA. If you like to automate your business processes with a multi-tenant capability, automatically scales up, automatically scales down with resources, then you go for Synergy with the latest technology. We have customers right now for both. So it depends on your priorities and what you like to be doing. So we have options for you and for our customers and for our ecosystem and MYOB ecosystem as well. So what is Synergy? So Synergy is eBA's upgrade. That is a low-code, no-code automation platform. It is true cloud. In category, based on the category, that's a content services platform. eBA is, by category, it is enterprise content management platform, ECM. Bimser Synergy is CSP. That is the category that we put them in. But in essence, they do the same thing, but the technology-wise, Synergy has its latest technology. That is how we can put it. So what do they call content services platform? As Gartner defines it, that's basically the platform helps you manage your content, your services, your repositories, your APIs, and other business processes on cloud. That's a cloud-native technology. That's what actually content services platform is. This is the definition coming from Gartner's report. So as I just mentioned briefly, eBA is also a low-code, no-code enterprise content management platform and ECM. Enterprise content management platform. It is on-premise friendly or cloud friendly, works with Windows operating system. It is single tenant, and Synergy is cloud native. It's a true cloud. It is server free. Basically, it works on cloud. It's operating system free. It works with Windows, works with Linux, works with iOS. Basically, that's the advantage, and it is multi-tenant. So that's the latest technology available in the marketplace. So we have both options. As I mentioned, we are selling both at the same time. Depends on our customers' priorities, business requirements, and expectations. When we look at the Synergy CSP, it is actually in the next 10 years, it will be our common platform. So all of our applications, just like I mentioned earlier, BIM for asset and maintenance management, QDMS for quality management, Ensemble for intelligent business process management, and many other applications that we have, all will be running on Synergy platform in the long run. That is where we are going. That is the big picture. This is not something that will happen tomorrow, but that's our basically roadmap for next decade, that will be totally cloud with our true cloud system. And when I say cloud, that may be private cloud, that may be public, doesn't really matter. As long as it's cloud, Synergy CSP, meaning eBA upgrade runs there as well. In terms of technology behind Synergy, we have the .NET Core technology. It has microservices available, and with the other technologies that we are utilizing under the hood, I must say, then the system automatically scales up and scales down based on your consumption levels as to how much RAM, how much disk space, and other resources needs to be managed. Some of the Synergy features For example, automatic scalability is very important. It is multi-tenant. It has self-maintenance capabilities. It works with any operating system, Linux, Windows, or iOS, for instance. It has true mobile application as well, similar to the original eBA. And with these synergies, integration capabilities, just like in other systems that we have, Synergy also talks to other systems, IoT devices, CRM devices, CRM software systems, manufacturing execution systems, and ERP systems. As you know, Synergy is already integrated with MYOB Advanced, and it's available in the F marketplace. So, in a sense, if you wrap it up, some benefits of Synergy, for example, you can easily access your store your data, manage your data, retrieve it, especially nowadays working remotely is even more important for us to be able to have this flexibility with the cloud technology. Automatic scalability and automatic maintenance capabilities helps you have an uninterrupted service and experience, for example, when you are managing your business process, when you are managing your expense management, HR onboarding, offboarding, and so on. Also, it is also a vertical-free platform. We simply and rapidly configure the system based on your company's requirements and expectations. Compliance is an important piece. With the help of Synergy, similar to eBA, you can comply with many different standards: ISO, SQF, DRC in food and beverage industry, FDA requirements in, let's say, medical device industry, which is very common, as well as IATF requirements in aerospace and defense industry, or in automotive industry. You can also comply with IATF requirements on Synergy platform as well, digitally, with no need of paper or in other application. And due to COVID-19 nowadays, we all work remotely, so that is also a great benefit to be able to access data from anywhere. Similar to eBA, Synergy is also offered to market by offering as a platform. You can develop your applications on the platform, or you can just pick and choose the applications that you like on the system. So that you can offer it as a platform as a service. We offer it as a platform as a service, and we also offer it as a software as a service. So because we have the multi-tenant capabilities now on Synergy, eBA's upgrade, and it is also it has also automatic scalability capabilities. Now SaaS and PaaS applications and options are available in the marketplace. Verticals, as for the verticals, the system is vertical free, as I mentioned earlier. Aerospace, aviation, and many other industries can use Synergy in different applications. So having said that, there are different applications, as I mentioned. So what type of applications? Very similar to eBay, if you notice, but the technology is different now. We're talking about true cloud. Vendor relationship management application, you can manage their CRM application, legal document management, contract management, for accounting report management, SOC audits, for example, SOC 2, SOC 3 for accounting and technology audits, for instance, very common, very important. Expense management, training management, tender management application you can manage on Synergy. So when you look at these applications, not everything is about ERP. So ERP is ERP, workflow is workflow. These are two different categories. So sometimes you need to use your ERP system, sometimes you need to use your workflow system, sometimes they need to run together, right? So that's why we have the integration capabilities. And sometimes some of the business processes has nothing to do with the ERP system. So when you look at this list, some of these applications are very operational if you think about it. So tender management, for example, or let's say root cause analysis, or let's say you have you got a customer complaint, you record it on Synergy platform, and you need to work on it, you need to analyze. Then you use a root cause analysis application, for example, with 8D analysis, Pareto, 5Y, and you enjoy the benefits of the workflow engine accordingly. So at the end of the day, it's a standalone application integrated with MYOB Advanced. It works standalone, and it works with also MYOB Advanced ERP system. So you have options as to how you're going to run it. We are offering these options for your choice. So why should customers choose Synergy? It is actually it is the latest technology available. That's true cloud. It is user-friendly, and we'll demonstrate for you in a minute. My colleague is ready to demonstrate. You can digitize and automate your business processes easily, and you can save time and money investments. You can increase your productivity. You can manage all your documents and records safely, secured in a secure environment with encryption capabilities, with also two-factor authentication capability. So we are offering a secure environment. Integration to MYOB Advanced is already done. And if you have any other business software systems available, we can also integrate. And the system is scalable. It is ready to work for your company, and it's ready to grow with your company. It's an enterprise level system available for mid-market and enterprise market, if you think about it. So I call it a runway. We have the runway to take off with you. That is actually what it has in terms of scalability. I always look at it that way. And as you know, Synergy is a MYOB marketplace that's available. All right, so I think I shared all of the information so far. Thank you for your patience. So why don't we go to the show and tell session. So before I hand it over to my colleague, so here's what we're going to talk about. Sam, my colleague, our pre-sales software engineer from engineering team, he'll be performing a demonstration for both eBA ECM and also for Synergy CSP. So both are, as I mentioned, in short, they are both workflow engines. The fundamental difference is the technology in the backend, right? So eBA works on cloud, on-premise servers. That's also web-based. You can use it from anywhere. And you can digitize your business process. But that's single tenant. It works on Windows. Synergy is a true cloud automation platform. It has a workflow engine. It is operating system free. It works with Windows. It works with Linux, and as well as iOS operating systems. It has multi-tenant capabilities. It scales up, scales down automatically, and it actually maintains itself automatically as well. So that is the fundamental difference, the technology. What they do is the same as to workflow, digitization, and automation. And after the introductions, we'll also show you expense management application as an example, vendor approval application, quality control management application. We'll also show you performance management application on our systems. Also, we'll show you reports and dashboards available. So these are sample business processes, let's remember. This is not only what you can do on these platforms. These are just samples. So we have thousands of applications running on our platforms, and these business processes are actually in many different business processes, purchasing, HR, sales, CRM, you name it. We just like to show you the capabilities. And if you're interested, we can always schedule a more detailed meeting to show you more. Before further ado, I'd like to invite Sam, my colleague, to our virtual stage, and Sam will be performing a demonstration for us. Sam, the floor is yours.
Okay, thank you, Kevin, for your presentation. And
okay,
this is Sam, the pre-sales. Oh, no problem. And the pre-sales software engineer of Bimser International, based in New York. And today I will demonstrate eBA and also Synergy. Those integrate with MYOB Advanced ERP system. So as for eBA and Synergy, they can work as a standalone, so you can connect to our system from your web browser like Google Chrome, Firefox, Internet Explorer, or we call it like Microsoft Edge now, and also like Safari for iOS device. But more important is these two systems, they integrate with MYOB, so we can run them in the same page of after you log into your MYOB environment. For example, like as for eBA, which we will first get into it, like the ECM, eBA ECM, and right after you log in, within the MYOB page, you can connect to our system, and on your left, you can go to the workspaces of MYOB Advanced, and on your right, you can connect to eBA, which is our electronic business process automation platform. And right after you log in, you can find all the pending tasks and also the request for approval. And in this widgets of this homepage, you can get a quick connection right after you log in. And today we will talk more into the workflow management module. And as eBA, it is a permission-based system. So you will see what you are supposed to do based on the permissions that are granted to your account. So different users will have different permission settings based upon their role, position, profession, department, and also the groups. So as I am now logging in as the admin so that I have the full control of the system. And right here, we can see all the sample processes that we have put together in our demo environment. For example, in the agenda that Kevin shared with you, like today we will see, for example, the expense declaration form and also the vendor approval form. But right here, by the sample processes that we put together, and actually we can digitize any business process for any industry. So saying if you're in for the accounting department, then we can have your business process digitized in our system. And let's get started to the first one, like the expense declaration form. And in this application, eBA helps you to capture the username and also the email address automatically. And you don't have to enter anything right after you are opening this application and filing your request. And also by using eBA, we can have the drop-down list on your application, and all the items that you can see in this list, they are configurable, meaning we can add, edit, or delete any item in this form. The purpose of having the drop-down list or having our application is help you to minimize the typing and also the human error that will be occurred while they are filing their application. And more important, and I will mention this in a minute, is help you to keep tracking all the application that you have recorded by using our system. And right here, you can see we can pick and choose the date from a calendar view, and also eBA support multi-currency. So you can pick and choose the currency right in this drop-down list, and also like the amount. And in this text box, you can only enter the numeric characters in this text box, and you're not allowed to enter any alphabetic character or any special character. So this kind of rule can be set in eBA and in our application as well. And in the application of eBA, we can have an open text box that allows you to enter a multi-line description, for example, into our form, and all the calculation will be done by the system automatically. So you don't have to use your calculator or have your calculation in your mind, in your head. And actually, the system helps you to do the calculation, and you can save your time and also the cost while you are doing your calculation or filing your application. And once your application is ready, you can also attach some documents into your request. For example, we can browse our local, and then we can upload the documents that we have to this particular application. Like as for a PDF file, then we can attach it. And how, you may ask, how we can read the documents that we have attached in our application or in our request. And actually, those will be shown in the built-in browser of our application. And you can start reading the attachment, and it's also capable for, available for the approver. Like as the approver, we can also review this attachment. And if this application is ready, then we can send this to the workflow. And here is, I just want to emphasize, as Kevin mentioned in his presentation, we have the form side and also the flow side, and those are configurable, meaning they are not constant, they are not fixed, they are not static in our system. And instead, based on the actual operation of your company, we can always update the form design and also the workflow based on your actual operation. And once it is ready, then we can send this out. And as for this expense declaration form, you will see the flow history page, and you can find the audit trail, like who we are waiting for, the date and time we file our request, and also the status of your request as well. So as the approver, then he or she can find the request on their homepage, and all the records will be saved in an archive of our system, like the complete request. So the system will show all the completed expense declaration requests on this homepage, and also like the ongoing requests. So you can see who, what we have filed and what we are waiting for the approval, and you can see the exact same item in this homepage, in this report. And as for the flow history, you can also open it and keep tracking who we are waiting for as for our records that is still that are still pending for approval. And in eBA, there's some more sample process. For example, the vendor approval process. It is integrated with MYOB Advanced. So right here, we can enter the vendor name, and then the vendor name, and vendor ID, and also the vendor name, and also all the information related to this vendor. For example, the address, and also any attachment, for example, like the contract or NDA, for example. So those can be uploaded in this application, and the system will fit MYOB accordingly based on the workflow that we have here. And of course, we will have this request to be reviewed, for example, by the purchase manager, and then by the finance department. And once this whole workflow is complete, then this record will be saved in MYOB Advanced. And also, we have our quality control process for our received items. And right here, we can first of all pick and choose the purchase order. And again, these purchase orders, they are coming from Acumatica, are coming from MYOB Advanced. And after we load the purchase order, you will see a list of the purchase order that we have recorded in MYOB Advanced. And once you pick and choose the one that we have, then the system will fill the rest of the information automatically. And excuse my internet speed. Or let me refresh my page. So as I mentioned, like all the information, they will be pulled from MYOB to eBA. So you don't have to enter them one by one and also like manually. And instead, those will be reflected in our application automatically. Like we have our purchase order, then we pick one of them, and the rest of the information will be filled automatically, like the type, the date, and also the currency, the vendor name, and all the item under your purchase order will be shown right here. And one more important feature by using our application is we can set up the reminder, like by our expiration date, by the end, or by reaching our expiration date of this particular quality control application, then the system will send you a reminder in eBA or in our system, and also in your email inbox. So you can also pick and choose the day or the week before the expiration date by using this application as well. And once this application or this form is ready, then we can send this out, and this quality control will be application will be sent to the purchase manager and then to the lab technicians accordingly. And at last, we will create a record in MYOB Advanced. And right here, I want to show you is once we've complete the whole process, then our system will record all your record in the archive of our system. So the system will show you like the order date, the purchase order number, the vendor name, and also more important is the quality control status. And anytime we can retrieve our quality control form and put this on our screen, and also we can review the lab results as well. And as for the lab results, we can manage them in eBA and also our system, like setting up the reference range. And if the result is beyond the criteria or the standard that we have set up, then the system will highlight it and allow you to have your follow-up action. For example, creating a corrective action or following up with the team, like what or the vendor, why we are having this detective material, for example, received it in our organization. So those will be recorded in our system, and this is how eBA can help you to digitize and manage all the business process in your organization. And as Kevin mentioned, we also have the Synergy, which is an update version of eBA. So eBA can be deployed on your cloud and also your on-premise server as a single tenant. And right here, I want to share with you is Synergy. This is our true cloud, low-code and no-code automation platform. It helps you to manage your business process as you deployed our system on your cloud server. And right here, we can digitize your application like the expense management. So we can create our new expense declaration form by using our system. And again, the system helps you to capture the name and also the date and the department automatically. And you're allowed it to enter the information like the expense type from a drop-down list, pick it and choose the date from a calendar view, the currency, as also Synergy support the multi-currency, and also the expense amount. Also, you can have an open text box and attach any attachment if needed. So once it is ready, then we can send this out to the workflow. And as for the workflow, there is a unique workflow working behind this particular application. And again, as for the form design and also the workflow, they are not constant or static in our system. And once it is ready, then we can send this out, and you may notice the system helps you to do the calculation automatically in our Synergy as well. And right here, we can have, you can see the flow history, like who we are waiting for, the approval, and who should approve and review our application. And after you log into our system like Synergy, you can find all the pending tasks on this home screen. And more than that, you may find the vendor approval that allows you to create a new vendor record in MYOB Advanced. So you can enter the ID and the name, email, and more information like the address and so on. And once it is complete, a new record will be created in MYOB Advanced. And also like we have a performance management application that helps you to manage all the performance that we have recorded, especially for the accounting department. You may want to have this for your part-time employees, for example, or for managing the bonus for our employees. So you can find out all the action that we have assigned it to the employees, like their name. Those will be shown as a dashboard in the form of bar chart and also pie chart. And also we can assign some new tasks to our employee as well. For example, like the manager, we are assigning the task or an additional task to the employee. Then we can pick and choose the name, and the email will be filled automatically, and also set up a due date, and also the task for them to perform. So all these tasks will be recorded in Synergy. And as for the accounting department, they can find all the records that we have recorded in Synergy in this dashboard. And at last, I want to share with you, as in Synergy, there is a document management module that allows you to manage the documents like your contracts, your invoices, your training materials in different forms, like PDF, Word, Excel, PowerPoint, video, and audio. So those can be opened in Synergy and also in eBA as well. And as for eBA, you can open your documents within the built-in browser. And you can also manage the permissions of the users and user groups in your system and against your documents as well. For example, here's the document management module. And then we can go into our library and find all the documents that we have uploaded or all the subfolders that we have in this library. And once they have uploaded, then we can also open this in the built-in browser of eBA. We also call it the Bimser viewer, like this one, the PDF file, as I've showed you in the Synergy, and also it is available in eBA as well. So those can be read in this built-in browser, and also we can manage the permission for the users and user groups, like reading it, downloading it, or deleting the document. That will be very helpful while you're managing your document as in the accounting department or for accounting purposes. Let me rephrase. So right here, you can see the PDF file. It is loading to our screen, and as you are reading your document, you can zoom in and zoom out, and you don't need any other software or application to read your documents by using our system. It's come to the end of my demonstration of Synergy and eBA on a high level. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Sam, for the demonstration. Much appreciated. Now, maybe we can get some questions if you have any. I've been also receiving some questions on the chat box. Maybe in the meantime, I can address those as well. So one of the questions that I received is about the mobile application. How is the mobile application? Is it native mobile? So the answer is, Sam, would you like to answer this question about the native mobile application?
Yes, as for eBA and Synergy, we have the native mobile application, and it is available for Android and iOS device. and you can download our mobile application from the App Store or the Google Play Store. And once you connect to your server by using our mobile application, you will see the same data set, because the mobile application and also as for the web application, they are going to and coming from the same database. Thank you.
Thank you, Sam. Another question I received is about developing the business forms and the flows. How do you develop those forms and workflows that you demonstrated? So that is also a good question. So during this demonstration, actually, we show the front end, right? The end user's screens, basically. So we also have a development environment. That is where actually we use drag and drop capabilities to put together our forms and flows. So either we train you for it, you do it yourself, or one of our partners can offer that service, or we can do it for you. And that development environment is actually, that's our secret sauce, our kitchen, basically. So where we cook and then serve the business processes. Maybe we should schedule another meeting for that. So in the meantime, you see our contact information on the screen. And if you'd like to schedule any meeting with us to talk about the development environment and other questions that you have, we'll be happy to, continue this conversation and schedule time with you. I have another question. So what is the limit as to documents that you keep on eBA and Synergy platforms? How many documents can we keep, and what is the size limit of documents? Sam, maybe you should answer this question.
Yeah, sure, no problem. And actually, I did a quick tour of the document management module, but this is a good question. As for the pages or the size of the documents that you can upload to our system, there is no limit by using our system. And actually, those will be depending on the memory that you have on your server. But in short, there's no limit to your to the documents that you upload into our system. And also, our system has the capability for you to compress a large size of your file. So once you upload your file, then the system can help you to compress it and then help you to minimize the size that you recorded on your server. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Let me see if there is any other questions. Is there any questions from the audience?
Hi, Kevin. It's Steve from Stratus in Perth. I've got a question about
sure.
using the forms for things like customer onboarding. I'm just wondering, is it possible to expose those forms out to a web interface, say on your own website, where someone wants to sign up for a particular service and they can use your form in a web interface?
Yes, definitely. So if you have a website, we can definitely link it to our forms. Sam, would you like to address this question from a technical point of view? Maybe it'll be more helpful.
Yeah, actually, what we are going to do for the in this case is we just redirect the link that you have on your website to our form. So after clicking the link, for example, or clicking a certain item on your website, then the system will redirect you to our form without any login in eBA. So we will have a HTML login, and then you may have the chance to fill in the forms that we have digitized in eBA.
Yeah, okay. So in the case, sorry, this is maybe a little bit specific, but in the case where one of our clients, they're looking to provide customers the opportunity to sign up for services, and essentially then we have some automation in the background on the ERP. Is that something that you see as potentially possible?
Yes, that is possible, definitely. And
yes.
we can talk in detail. Yes, definitely.
Yes,
so,
no problem.
Yes. Yeah, definitely. I mean, we can definitely talk about in detail. That's actually common practice for us, especially those, let's say, we have B2C customers. They have many customers, for example, and you like to automate the process, or you like your customers to do it, for example, or your team members, for example. So the website is a good example in that sense to, run these things together.
Yeah, it's almost like a web store, but it's not, like a standard web store couldn't do it. Thank you.
Yes, correct. And also, sometimes you like to speed the system. So data comes from the website, but you like to run it internally as well. So information comes, and then you like to have the certain approvals or processes internally sometimes. So that is also possible. So in a way, it triggers a process, right? The data comes from the website, and it triggers a certain business process internally. Maybe a customer complaint, maybe an order, for example. Something like this, either for sales purposes or for quality management purposes or customer complaint management purposes, you can definitely manage them.
Yeah, spot on. Okay, well, let's talk later about that. Thank you. Thanks, Kevin.
Yes, looking forward to it. Please send me an email. Let's schedule time. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Is there any other questions from the audience? I also see a question in the chat box. So the question is about, is there a limit as for the applications we can develop on the platform? Sam, do we have any limit on eBA or Synergy on cloud or on-premise version?
Actually, to the number of the applications, there's no limit depending on your subscription.
Okay, that is good. So, for example, if we deploy eBA on your, let's say, on-premise server, the limit is basically your server capabilities, right? But if you're on Synergy, if you're on Synergy platform, which is the true cloud version of the workflow management, then the system automatically scales up and scales down the resources that you need, the memory, RAM, and so on. Carl, do you have a question?
I just wanted to add a comment. I mean, I've used systems like this previously for a number of years, and the efficiency gains and benefits it provides to a business is just amazing. The biggest challenge you have is just finding the ideal opportunity for getting this into a business. So my recommendation would be, if you're deploying this into one of your customers, is to think of a small process that you can see that's being run through an inbox or through a Excel, but especially if it's an inbox and that inbox is a shared inbox between a group of people. This is where you find that certain requests and activities fall through the cracks, and this is where solutions like this capture those requests and can automate them in a better way, provide the audibility of how people are pushing those requests through the system, so then you can start measuring team performances against SLAs and KPIs. And this is a great tool for getting that in. And I think you just need one or two ideas and start off with a small user base using it, and then the client themselves will generate the interest as they will start seeing the potential for it in other areas of their business. So that's just some feedback from myself on working with solutions like this.
I appreciate it. Thank you very much. Looks like we addressed all the questions on our side. Before we end our meeting, Carl, do you have any final remarks?
No, just thank you for your time, guys. I realize it's really late for you guys in New York, so thank you for making the time, and we try to accommodate by moving you an hour earlier than the normal webinars we do at 12. So
I appreciate it.
Yeah. The other side of it is obviously, this time last year when COVID hit, there was a whole digital disruption happening within businesses. But not only that, a lot of businesses were not buying new solutions. So having a solution like this that you can go back into your client base and re-engage your clients and gives you an opportunity to obviously give you another layer of revenue into the business. From a consulting point of view, and also from a recurring licensing point of view.
I appreciate it. Thank you very much,
Thanks.
Carl. And I'd like to thank everyone. Thank you very much. Thank you for having us. And also, thank you so much. So, also, yes, definitely. So there is also, for example, comment in the chat box. Yes, the ISO quotations is very important. So that's very common. For example, ISO, before we end it, is universal, so you can also manage it on eBA as well as Synergy CSP as well. So if you like to have this conversation, we are also ISO 9001 certified company. We basically practice ISO. We have a QMS in place. So that's very exciting for us to hear it from you. And I'd like to thank MYOB for having us for this webinar. Much appreciated. Thank you very much. And thank you to our attendees for joining. Before I end our session, I also shared in our chat box, we have an annual virtual conference coming up next week. I shared the link in the chat box. So if you register, that'd be great. Please join us. We have plenty of use cases and demonstrations and webinar sessions. We're going to also have some informative sessions as well about risk management, remote work, and we'll also be talking about future of remote work. We're going to have a couple of panel sessions with us. So we'll be sharing also how it's going to be the features. We'll think about it, we'll talk about it, and how we should position ourselves with the technology and our Bimser International product range. We'll be also talking about MYOB Advanced as well at that event. We have a new website. I also shared the link in the chat box, bimserin.net. Bimserin.com also comes to the same page, by the way. So that is a renewed website. We have more content, more education content, more use cases. We also have an app marketplace for the applications built on eBA and Synergy platform. So we are very excited. Please take a look at our website. I hope you'll like it. Our YouTube channel is very active. We have hundreds of videos for our products, for our webinar recordings, as well as use cases. That'd be great if you subscribe, so you'll be notified as soon as we have new videos available on our YouTube channel. And our Eventbrite page is designed to help you be notified about coming events and conferences. You can take a look at what webinars are coming. Any of them of your interest, please register and join us for our coming executive webinar sessions. Thank you so much for your time, and thank you for your interest. Please send us an email. Let's schedule time. Let's talk further. We are looking forward to long-term relationship, partnership, and we are looking forward to working with you. Thank you very much. I'm looking forward to hearing from you. Thank you. Have a nice day.